Found him.
Welcome to Fish North Georgia the Guide. Here's Joshua Little.
Hey guys, Josh Little here with Fish North Georgia the Guide. Wanted to give you a recap from this past weekend, May 16th up at Lake Hartwell. We had a tournament up there, put in the water right at 6:30 in the morning. Water temp was around 71 degrees and water clarity was almost 2 to 3 foot where we put into the boat ramp. Made our way to the main lake to work some islands, and we found the bass were staging off at about 40 or 50 feet, anywhere in 15 to 20 feet as far as depth goes. We would take a 3.8 inch Kytex on a 1/8 ounce spot sticker jig head and toss it out there. Just slowly roll it as slow as you can. When you think you're going slow enough, slow it down even more. What we were noticing is that the bass would come up and they would short strike it if you were going just a little too fast, and they rip the tails off. So the slower you could reel it allowed the fish to really get a hold of it. Water temp got up to about 74, 75 degrees as the day kind of progressed on, about 10 o'clock. That was on your main points and the islands right at where the river would sweep through. We worked some of the secondary points, caught a couple back on secondary points, but at about 11 o'clock, the water temp got up to about 75, 76 on that secondary point, and we found that the bass were moving back out to those main points and then even deeper into the main channel, or to the main river channel that was coming through at Lake Hartwell. We went back to some of the back coves just to see if we could find some bass, largemouth bass, back in those deeper pockets. The further we got back, water temp got up almost to 80 degrees in some areas, and you could see fry swimming around at different points and bass falling around the fry. And we tried catching the ones that were chasing or that were just protecting the fry, but had no luck. We used a Ned rig, wacky rig, just a small finesse worm, shaky head, and a Texas rig crawl, and none of those would pique the interest of the bass that were protecting the fry. So we pulled off, started making our way back towards the main lake and working the docks that are on the main lake. Changed it up, started throwing a wacky rig Cinco, green pumpkin with a black flake, nothing crazy. Pitch it in there as far back as you could on the docks, get as close as you could. If you are fishing the docks at Hartwell, they've got the cross wires that are coming off each side and working their way to the banks. Be careful because there's a lot of those that you cannot see. They're up underneath the water. If you're not paying attention, you could hit one. But we would get up as close as we could to those, pitch back to the furthest point of the docks, and generally that's where we'd find the bass. Smaller ones, that 15 to 16 inch range, but that's where they were at. Taking a jig, do the same thing, a little 1/4 ounce jig, green pumpkin, toss it up there, you can get the same reaction. If we caught some off of the back side of the dock, that was the only place we would catch them. Front side of the dock wasn't holding anything that we could tell. It was only on the back side. Main lake, highest point that it got was about 75 degrees, and water clarity was about 6 to 8 feet in areas. So if you're going out there, take some Kytex with you. 3.8 inch is great size, the 1/8 ounce. I use an 8-pound leader on a St. Croix rod. Got a Nasi 2500 series reel. It's got a great drag setup. Toss it out there, slow roll it. 8-pound test line is great for that. Just allows that more of a finesse style. The rod that I use is a medium with a fast tip. It's perfect for catching spots or largemouth on that little Kytex. The shaky head and the wacky, I was throwing that on a St. Croix medium heavy, and I'm running a 12-pound leader on it, same Nasi 2500 series reel, just to allow me to throw in a little bit harder or rougher cover. That way it's not going to break off as easily, especially if you're tossing up into some of the tree branches and stuff like that. When they take it and they wrap around a tree, it just allows you to a little bit more security, I guess you'd say. But if you're headed up there, take a wacky rig, take a Kytex with you, and work those main points, the islands, first thing in the morning. And as the day progresses, make your way back out to the docks, work the docks, the shaded areas. That's where you're going to find your bass. thank you guys for checking out Fish North Georgia the Guide. We'll see you next time.
Thanks for watching The Guide here at Fish North Georgia. Our mission is to build a community of anglers to give you the best and latest information to make your day on the water more successful. Make sure you subscribe to our channel, click the bell so you'll be notified of any future content. Make sure you check us out at fishnorthgeorgia.com, where we carry a large variety of bait manufacturers from here in the North Georgia area. So we appreciate you being part of our community, and we'll see you soon.